What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler and today I'm reviewing the brand new Air Jordan 3 Animal Instinct. I've never really been a fan of fur or animal print sneakers. I just don't like shoes that shed on me. And when I first heard that Jordan Brand was doing an animal print Air Jordan 3, I was intrigued, but I wasn't overly excited. In the past, we've had a lot of animal print and fur Air Maxes, most notably the Atmos collab, and I was just never really a big fan of those shoes. I just didn't like the texture specifically. Fur on sneakers has just always sort of weirded me out, and I've never liked it. So when official images of the Air Jordan 3 Animal Instinct first released, I was interested because I thought it actually looked pretty good. I mean, it's hard to go wrong with a black Air Jordan 3. And now that I actually have the shoes in hand, I'm torn again because the fur really does bug me out. So why don't I stop wasting your time and let's jump into this sneaker and find out what it's made of. Literally. As I'm sure you could tell, the entire upper of this shoe is covered in fur, and at first I thought it was synthetic, and then I noticed this little tag on the insole of the sneaker. The tag reads, "This shoe contains real fur. Fur type, dyed adult bovine fur, fur origin, Brazil." Now, if you didn't know, bovine means cattle, so this is cattle fur on the upper of the sneaker, so it is actually legitimate fur, which I don't know how I feel about that. But that also means that the entire upper of the shoe has the exact same texture. Each panel is just dyed differently. The fur itself is pretty coarse, and when you rub against the grain, it gives you kind of like a sort of feeling. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But my main concern with this sneaker and fur sneakers in general is whether they shed or not. So far in the amount of time that I've had this shoe, it hasn't shed on me yet, so I'm hoping that it's more durable than some of the fur shoes that I've dealt with in the past, but you never know. So starting off around the edge of the toe, you've got this tan and brown cheetah print or cheetah print style print. I'm not sure exactly what animal that's from, but I mean, it could be a cheetah. Moving up a little bit farther on the shoe, the toe, and a majority of the sneaker is actually covered in this black fur. I guess it's kind of cool because it plays off the black cat theme, and so in that way I appreciate it. Visually, I am very happy that a majority of the upper is covered in just plain black. I feel like if they had put a different pattern on this area or tried to do anything else besides just a plain black, it would have gotten way too messy. And another reason I like the black is because it reminds me a lot of the BC3s. Continuing a little bit farther up on the shoe, you've got these red eyelets, which once again remind you a lot of the BC3s. Weaving through those eyelets, you've got flat black laces which match the upper. At the top of the eyelets, you've got a tiger print style panel, which actually is my favorite panel on the entire shoe. I don't know what it is, maybe I just like tigers, but I dig it. Underneath the laces, you've got this dark gray or graphite colored satin tongue, which is definitely an odd touch. I'm not sure why they made it satin, first of all, but also why did they make it such a similar gray to the rest of the upper? And then at the top of the tongue, you've got an embroidered red Jumpman. On the back side of the tongue, you've got a patch that reads Instinct. And like the tongue, the rest of the sock liner is covered in a gray satin-like material. The insole of the shoe comes in a very standard red with the white Jumpman printed on the heel. And on the right shoe, like I mentioned before, you've got that little note that lets you know that it's real fur on the sneaker. As for fit, the Air Jordan 3 Animal Instinct fits just like every other pair of Air Jordan 3s. For me, that's true to size. For you, it might be something different. But as I always suggest, if you have the chance to try this shoe on first before you buy it, make sure to do that to make sure you're grabbing the right size for you, because $225 is a lot of money to waste. Moving farther back on the shoe, you've got this leopard print around the top of the ankle, which honestly, at least to me, looks a lot like the print around the toe, but I'm sure they're different. I just can't figure out why. I'm not an animal expert, I don't know. Once again, like on the toe of the sneaker, it looks like Jordan Brand has replaced what used to be an elephant print panel with a different kind of fur. And in this case, it looks like they replaced the elephant print with zebra fur. Then on the heel of the shoe, you've got one of my favorite touches on the entire shoe, and that's this semi-translucent gum heel tab. And then rounding off the heel tab, you've got the Jumpman and the Air logo in black. Then moving down on the shoe, you've got this split-colored black and sail midsole, which I actually like a lot. And then rounding off the shoe, you get this really nice gum outsole that's accented by black and sail colored hits. I don't know what to say. I'm torn on this sneaker. I love the colorway. I think the black upper with the gum heel tab and the sail colored midsole, and then of course the gum outsole, is fire. I especially love the red hits on the eyelets and the Jumpman. I think that's such a nice pop color. Fur still weirds me out. I hate the texture of this shoe. I hate it. And I hate the fact that in the future, once I wear it a little bit, it's probably going to shed. I can't say that for sure, but that's been the case for me with every other pair of fur sneakers that I've owned. There are so many things about this sneaker that I love, and I really want to like this sneaker, but I just can't get over the fur thing. I don't know what it is. That said, I don't think it's a bad sneaker. I love the fact that Jordan Brand experiments constantly with their models. I think that's so cool that they do that. And I think a lot of people will really love this shoe. In fact, a good friend of mine is obsessed with this shoe. Don't understand why, but he is. The Jordan 3 Animal Instinct is just not for me, and that's fine. But now I would love to know your thoughts on the Air Jordan 3 Animal Instinct and whether you grabbed a pair for yourself or whether you let this one go. So let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and Merry Christmas.